Hi everybody, it's Penna Daily here, and welcome back to Let's Play Castlevania Aria of Sorrow. In the last episode, we took on Baylor and got the giant bat soul, which opened up a whole host of new places to go. And then we did a little more clearing out of the Submerged Caverns. Today, we are here, because I figured you wouldn't want to watch me trek all the way up here from the save point. This is the place where, not too far from where we got Milliken's sword, that I told you you can go with good platforming, but my platforming skills are kind of crap. So we're going to go back to Gremlin, because this room has horses, the nightmares, and a flesh golem. Yeah, he takes so many hits from his sword. I wanted Killer Mantle before I dealt with him, and I wanted the Club Slush before I dealt with the ponies. But this is actually a really good room to grind, both Nightmare Souls and Flesh Golem. You just come through, go out, and come back through. And they, especially if you've got Gremlin equipped, you will probably get a drop fairly shortly. Where I didn't, and we're not going to bother. We can always check again when we come back through here. Now here is the platforming thing that I can't do. You have to be able to get onto that boat, and it will let you go up that way. So down here we have a Triton, and if the area directly below us looks familiar, that's because it's where we got the handgun. There's absolutely nothing else down there, but up here, of course, we have $1,000, and that's pretty nice. So we're not going to bother filling that out. I mean, the map is filled out anyway, so I'm not going to bother putting on Skulla just to, sink to the bottom. And I'm going to turn into a bat to cheese that particular platform, and then we will go up here. And so, up here, of course, there is an Archdemon, which we kill. Nothing else up here. You can grind for this guy up here, too. It's actually not that difficult. Just drop down, go out, come back in, kill the demon, rinse, lather, rinse, repeat. And then we have the slimes. Now, in here, again, you can get through places in here with Undine. I didn't, because, again, I really can't do that one area. But you could come through here as early as, your first visit, if you're a better platformer than I. And there we got the Ancient Book number 3. And that is... The third spirit is a beautiful nightmare. We'll get more to that later. Now I am going to have to go back to Skulla to drop down here, because there's all sorts of interesting things in this area. Watch out for this guy. Ow, ow, ow. Drop down. The farther you drop without hitting the A button, the faster you will drop, so be careful with that. You come this way first and foremost, kill the fish heads and go up, and kill the needles up. As you can see, you can jump repeatedly, infinitely in the water, even with Skulla on, and it will take you all the way up. So we go through here, and there's a worm, and we get the ring, which is the rune ring. That ups your MP regeneration rate, and it's pretty nice. It's very useful, and I'm actually going to keep that ring for if I wind up using high level magic attacks but don't want to waste mind ups. There will be times where that is probably a thing. So yes, as you can see, the farther we fall, the faster I go, until we're all the way down here. And again, this wall does not sparkle. So it is not a vampire, and it is not a real wall. And here we have the Osafune Katana. Osafune was a village famed for its swordsmiths in feudal Japan. It's just basically a katana, regular katana in this game. In Symphony of the Night, it actually had a special attack that let you teleport, rather like Alucard's sword. except that it was a two-handed sword. And so if we go up here, we kill some more needles, and I think I picked something up. Did I pick up more tasty meat? I couldn't tell. And of course, 2,000 bucks. So we drop down. You can see how I'm picking up speed. And we come through here, and we go out here, and we're back in the waterfall room. We picked up a super potion. These super potions are very nice, and you probably won't want to get as many of them as possible. But that's everything for this weird little room, which looks like a turtle, or possibly a person, holding on to the side of a building. You can just ignore this guy by going up that way, dodge his ball, and we'll go back to Gremlin because we won't need Skulla for a bit. Now, I am going to basically just head right back to the front gate, because there's some things we want to do there, and some things we want to sell to Hammer. It's not that far. I'll show you. It's actually a pretty straight shot, so I'll show you guys that, and I have a few things I sort of want to talk about on the way. But first, we kill the horsies. And we kill the flesh golem. Sadly, nobody gave us their soul. When the flesh golem's soul enjoys eating the oddest things, that actually means that you can eat spoiled milk and rotten pot roast and get health back from it. Yeah, it's actually quite nice. Oh yeah, a little extra money never hurts. And unlike a lot of the others' bags, that one does respawn every time you come through here. So if you need to grind money, that wouldn't be the worst place. But I have to correct a mistake I made in the last episode, and once I explain, I'm sure you'll understand why I made it. The sword dropped from the Scarmelion, the Kunitsuna, is not quite the sword I was thinking it was. It was made by a smith named Kunitsuna in the Muromachi period. However, the sword is not Shutendoji. That was another sword, one of the 5 blades under heaven, the 5 greatest swords of the Muromachi period, and quite possibly all of Japanese history. That sword is also in this game and is called the Yasutsuna. The Kunitsuna is a sword known as Onimaru. The story goes that a lord was having horrible dreams of being tortured by an Oni, and he picked up this sword and noticed that it was tarnished and was told, I think by another dream, that if he cleaned the sword, his torment would end. So he polished the sword and set it standing up in his room, upon which point it fell over and sliced the neck of a demon decorating one of the pots in his room, and after that he never had the nightmare again, and from then on the sword was always known as Onimaru. I could get a little more money for that cloth tunic. So the Onimaru and the Kunitsuna and the Yasutsuna, and another sword just known as the Onikiri, which literally means demon cutter, they are all katana swords with the same sprite and the same item description, a sword said to have killed a demon. You can understand why I got a little confused. But other than that, I mean, as I said, they're all national treasures of Japan, too. So, of course they're in this game, because every sword that has a history is in this game. And here we have Hammer. Yep. Welcome back. Let's see. I'm just going to sell Hammer my anti-venom and my uncursed potions, because I don't use them. Sell the Osafune, sell the trident, that's what I picked up. The Tritons drop those. Wronginus' spear. I'll keep the handgun, just because we might want to use it. Sell all 4 cloth tunics, good grief. Keep both rings. Let's see, how am I? I'm okay on potions, but I need mind-ups. Don't care about those. I'm okay on high potions and high mind-ups. So, alright, let's go talk to Mina.
Okay.
Welcome back. How's Yoko doing? Once in a while she cries out in pain. I see. Let's see. Welcome back. How are you holding up? Okay, this one we've seen. You can actually get another one of Mina's that begins very similar to this? Let me see. I've been passing out occasionally. I get so dizzy, then... Are you sure you will be okay? I'm sorry I worried you. I'm sure I'll be fine. Waiting here is easy. If you say so, but I must find an escape route, and quickly. Yeah, I don't know what the thing is with that. Now, Hammer actually, whether he stands up or sits, is not actually an indication of whether he has anything new to say, apparently. It's whether Mina does. Welcome back. I have a message for you from Arikado. From Arikado? Yes, it's, there should be ancient books that talk about Dracula's power hidden somewhere in this castle. I wonder what they are about. I see. Come back again later. Maybe I'll have another message from Arikado. I'll check back with you whenever I can. So yeah, the ancient books that we've been collecting are the subject of a message from Arikado. And you just basically have to keep going in and out until... Really? I just got 2 Basilards? I'm gonna go back and sell those to Hammer, that's funny. Yeah, you just have to go in and out until you see Hammer standing up, and then you'll know Mina has something new to say. But yeah, we'll just sell Hammer 2 Basilards, that's... very, very funny. And we're going to go to the work point and do a little cleanup today, as well as getting the setup for getting the the Soul Eater ring. You've probably already guessed part of how we're going to get the Soul Eater ring. So we warp here to the chapel, because there was an area that we never bothered to check out, and that's because really we couldn't really do much without the Bat Soul. So we come through here, and we come out here, and right. Oh, I'm gonna go back to... I'm not gonna need Skulla for a while, so let's go back to Gremlin before I forget, and into the Bat Soul, and up here. And so we are here, and there are gargoyles. This isn't a bad place to grind for them either, because there's 3 of them, though it's harder to go in and out. Then we go over here, and up here, and we get the Tall Hammer. This is another one of those translation issues. It is supposed to be Thor's hammer, as you can see by being a lightning summoning hammer. It's Mjolnir. So we will drop back down. Now there's 2 more areas over there in the the stairwell, the Great Stairwell, that we never checked out, but there's literally nothing in them, so I'm going to clean them up off screen. But for now, we will just come up here, clean out this bit over there, and try not to get killed by the freaking ghost dancers. Jesus. Okay, there we go. Watch out for you. Go up here, and yeah, these guys look a little like Cthulhu, but not quite. Alright, and just go back to the warp point. And now we are going to warp to the dance hall. And there we are. Now there's a couple things we're going to get here. So, first of all, let's come through here, and we kill this guy. And the Nemesis, and you see how much faster everything dies now between our leveling and the Cleave Slash. Let's see, kill you. Come through here, stay right, just stop as soon as you enter, and of course. And we got a level up, which is nice. And we go through here, and we're going to drop... Ow. Really, ladies? Dang it. And there's the zombie officer. You may want... At some point, I probably will just off-screen grind for their soul so I can show off the bad translation. There's going to be some grind-up cleaning, which I will probably do in the next episode. And once I've got what I need, once I've gotten the Soul Eater ring, I will go on a grinding spree, because there's a bunch of souls that I want for one reason or another. But we will continue through here. It's a lot faster when you're not trying to go down that one area for the money. It's also a lot faster when you don't have to worry about being killed by everything. And so we come through here, and quick check, yes, Gremlin is. And we will keep going in and out of here until the Tsuchinoko actually shows up. The Tsuchinoko is a Japanese legendary snake. In fact, let me show off the bestiary entry for it. It's cute. Let's see. 36. Tsuchinoko. And this is a bestiary, of course. A mythical snake proven to exist by Soma Cruz in 2035. It's basically just a snake that instead of having a long, slim body is round. I think it's basically the Japanese equivalent of the jackalope. Let's see, so we'll kill this guy. If it takes too long, I'll cut it out and just meet you back here. But hopefully it won't, especially what with the gremlin soul equipped. It's not that bad of a drop, I'm told, but sometimes I just don't get lucky. So let's see here. Really, dude? Come on. Honestly, it's harder just to get the thing to stay up than to necessarily get the soul off of it. The Tsuchinoko soul is pretty nice, because it's... Yeah, come on. Alright, let's see here. Really? Yeah, wow, I don't usually get a string that bad of them just refusing to come up. Let's see. I don't usually have this much trouble getting the soul to drop either. I'm sure it's because I'm recording. I don't think it likes that. Oh, well, that was good. Let's see, try this again. Here we go. But at least he dies a lot faster now. I really need to stop doing that. Come on, drop your soul, dude. There we go. Alright. Tsuchinoko allows you to buy goods at cheaper prices. Alright, now we're gonna head up and to the next part where we need to do something else. And again, this next thing you could have done when you got the kicker skeleton soul, but I'm kind of pants at it, and there just never was a good opportunity to come back and do it. So I'm doing this now. Wooden Golem, that's another soul I sort of want to grind for. It ups your MP regen rate, and it does stack with the rune ring, which is, you know, extremely nice if you're using powerful souls. And honestly, if you get those and, say, the Alrane soul together, you're, I won't say invincible, but it's pretty much a game breaker. That happens a lot in this game. Some of the souls are really game breakers, which is usually, they're usually, you know, more difficult. They have rarer drops, but of course if you're willing to grind for them, then your levels go up through the roof. And kill the Minotaur. It's so nice that they die in one hit. Now, if we hit up here, we can go through there. And of course you can come up here with the bat and kill the Catoblepas, the Mimic, and the White Dragon, and we get the Sherman Ring. It does not send you marching through Georgia. It's a mistranslation of Shaman Ring, and it gives you experience points as you walk. And as you just saw, I can actually use the kicker skeleton to jump off of the light fixtures, because it renews your double jump. So we kill all of these guys, and the problem is that the Mimic Soul takes forever to get. It refuses to drop 90% of the time. So honestly, I am going to go do this 2 more times. And then if I don't get it, I'm going to come back off screen. And there I got the white dragon soul. You get that a lot. It drops much easier than the mimic soul for whatever reason. This isn't a bad place to grind for Catoblepas either. Alright, this is a pain in the neck, so I'm going to go on to our next area, and I will come back and get this off screen. So, we head along to the inner quarters, because our next important thing is here. Let's see, we come up this way, and through this way. And, oh hey, we got the Durga Soul. That's nice. That, you know, does exactly what it says. Throws katanas. It's basically like an upgraded version of the Evil Butcher Soul. It does more damage. It's not that great. A lot of these souls are, you know, they're okay. Some of them are awesome and some of them are just silly. But you know, since every enemy in the soul game drops his soul, some of them are going to be mediocre. And there's the Chrono Mage. Now that we have Galamoth, he can't hacks us back out of the room. And you can grind for his soul. It lets you stop time, and it is the only way to kill the Skyfish. I think the Skyfish is too much trouble. So, we will go this way. Alright. And here we are. We go down this way through the Lightning Doll. This, of course, you can tell this area is special because it doesn't look like any other part of the inner quarters. We've got, let's see. And that through the windows would appear to be the gardens. The floating, quite possibly the floating gardens. I don't know. This, you can see bits of the castle in the background of other bits of the castle to imply that the map, well, it's all two-dimensional for us, isn't actually. But here we get the Daneslef, which is supposedly the ultimate magical sword, except it's not anywhere near the best sword in the game. And we get the Ancient Book, too. So I'm going to, let's see, well, let's look at them here, and then, well, we will move on to the next place. So, here are our Ancient Books. We have Ancient Book 1. The first spirit is a demon from Hellfires. The second spirit is the King of Bats. The third spirit is a beautiful nightmare. So, yeah. Well, I'll talk about those a little later, like probably at the end of the video. Or, you know, because that's something in preparation for the huge grinding session we're going to do. You gotta be careful, because he will run fast to get away from you. But now that I've got that, I'm going to cut it here. I'm going to go get that Mimic Soul, and then I'm going to show you where you can grind up for a lot of money, and thus get the Soul Eater Ring. So I will be back in just a second. See you in a bit. Alright, and here we are back. We are in the clock tower. Specifically the save point in the clock tower. Now, what you're going to want to do is equip the Mimic Soul, as I have done. And see these spikes? See how much gold we have? Right. The Mimic Soul gives you money for each point of damage you take. So, since spikes do a set percentage of your health at each time, you want to... Yep, see? We're now all the way up to 203. Now, we need to get up to 240,000 to get all that money. So, I'm going to cut it here, and... well, I'll show you a few more times, and, you know, then I'll cut it here and meet you back with Hammer at the front getting the Soul Eater Ring. So I will see you in a bit. Alright? Bye. Oh, right, before I cut it, be very careful you don't die. You might want to save the game as you do this. Just so that if you screw up and die, you don't lose all your progress. So you may just want to save the game every time you heal. But now, I'll really let you go, and I'll meet you at the front gate. Bye. And we're back! Here we are at the warp point at the front gate. One thing to note is, if you have Gargoyle Soul, equip it and just go for the warp point in the clock tower. It's fast and easy. Alright, so now we are going to equip the Tsuchinoko Soul, which lowers prices in the shop amazingly. Okay, by a fifth, really. Just a quick check. You see I have 240,000 gold. Let's see, did I pick up any? Well, yeah, the Dane's left. Let's sell that. I'm not going to be using that. And the Tall Hammer. Picked up a scarf, a skull necklace. Don't need either of those. And the Sherman ring. I don't need it to level up. You may want to keep it. There are some really nice things you can do with it. When did I use up? Right, I need to buy more mind-ups. Right, and let's see. Most importantly, we need the... Come on. Soul Eater ring, which is now a much more... Yeah, much more effective. Affordable price. Yeah, let's get off that and go back to Gremlin for now. And then equip the Soul Eater ring. I'm keeping the rare ring, because there are going to be times I actually want items more than I do souls.
Okay.
Welcome back. I have a message for you from Arikado. Yes, it's, Okay, it's the ancient books again. Never mind. Figured I'd check, since Hammer did say since Hammer was standing. No, this again. Strange. So, lately I've been feeling strange. I'm so exhausted. Are you sure you'll be okay? I'm sorry I worried you. I'm sure I'll be fine. Waiting here is easy. If you say so, but I must find an escape route, and quickly. Yeah, okay, apparently she has 3 different. She appears to be asleep. Mina has 3 different things she can say. Alright, so at this point, I'm going to call it for now. I'll just go to the next save point. Let's see. And yeah, as you can see, aside from a couple areas that I kind of screwed up on in the floating garden and in the chapel stairway, we don't really have that much of the castle we missed. So what I'm going to do is collect a bunch of cloth tunics, apparently. Go to the first save point, I'm going to save, and next time we will go soul grinding for all the little souls that I really want. And I will see you next time. Let's see here. Actually, let's get to that save point, and I'll talk about the books before I go. So save the game. So back into the item menu, and let's actually talk about those books in detail. Okay, so we see that the books come in 3 colors: red, blue, and an orange color that really is supposed to be yellow. We have 3 kinds of souls: red, blue, and yellow. So you can guess already that these are probably, especially since they're about Dracula's powers, these are probably about powers of ours too. So, of course, the first spirit is a demon from Hellfires, and if you look at the white bit on the front of the book, you can see that it is shaped like one of the demon enemies. The demons, the devils. So, a bullet soul demon that is a demon from Hellfires. That is, of course, the flame demon. So, we'll be going to the forbidden area and grinding for his soul. Second spirit is the king of bats, and there's a big bat on the cover. Yeah, this one's pretty obvious, and it's a given. It's the giant bat soul. The third spirit is a beautiful nightmare. That one, the shape is kind of funky, but you can see it's sort of a woman with bat wings out of her back. And that is, of course, the succubus. So we are going to need the flame demon soul, the giant bat soul, and the succubus soul. So those, among others, are what I will be grinding for next time. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time, and have a good day.